Hey ARMY, did you see it? That 1 second, that one look, that single note that broke the internet. Taehyung's mysterious teaser dropped. And now the entire fandom is losing its mind. But here's the real question. Is this just a brand teaser? Or is V secretly hinting at a solo comeback we never saw coming? Before we dive deep into this mystery, make sure to subscribe, because what I'm about to show you will change how you see this entire teaser. Forever. Purple Heart. The silence before the storm. 4 months, Taehyung has been quiet. No major updates. No interviews. Just a few soft Instagram posts that felt like whispers instead of words. And then, out of nowhere, HYBE posts a cryptic 15-second clip. Black background. Faint piano chord. And then his voice. That deep, velvet tone that could melt ice. One simple word. You. ARMY went insane. The comments section exploded. Is this for a brand? Is this a collab? But others said, "Oh, this feels personal. This feels like V." Narrator softly, emotionally. We've seen Taehyung's artistry before. In Layover, in Scenery, in Winter Bear. Every time he creates, it feels like a window into his soul. But this time, something's different. This teaser isn't just about music. It's about emotion. The color tones. Smoky blues, silver light, the sound of waves. It feels like he's trying to tell us a story he's never told before. The hidden codes. When ARMY looks, they don't just see, they decode. And this time, the fandom became detectives overnight. Within hours, fans noticed tiny clues. A candle flickering in the background. The same candle seen in one of Taehyung's older photo shoots from 2023. Crescent moon, the moon symbol. Just like the one he posted on his Instagram story months ago. Musical notes, the background melody. Reversed, it matches a small part of Blue from Layover. Coincidence. ARMY doesn't believe in coincidences. Every frame, every note felt intentional. It was like Taehyung was speaking to us in a secret language only his fans could understand. Narrator softly with emotion. And when you think about it, isn't that what art really is? It's not about words. It's about feelings. Those quiet, invisible emotions that live between the notes. Taehyung has always said, "I don't want to explain my art. I want you to feel it." So maybe this teaser isn't meant to explain anything. Maybe it's meant to make us feel everything. Fans' theories go wild. Within 24 hours, ARMY turned Twitter, sorry X, into a digital storm. Trending hashtags everywhere. Hashtag Viscoming, hashtag Taehyung Solo 2, hashtag HYBE. Some fans swore they heard Jungkook's harmony in the background. Others said the silhouette behind the mist looked like Kim Taehyung standing in front of a mirror. The most popular theory. That this teaser isn't for a brand. It's for his next solo album. ARMY started piecing clues together. His recent visit to the studio. The black and white photos from Paris. Even the words he said during his last live. "I'm working on something that feels like me again." Those words now feel like a warning. Or maybe a promise. Narrator, intimate tone. Because Taehyung isn't just returning to music. He's returning to himself. We've seen his journey. From the playful boy with a boxy smile in debut days. To the man who walks in silence but leaves the loudest echo behind. And this teaser feels like the next chapter of that story. A story not about fame but about identity. The emotional connection. Let's be honest, ARMY. When Taehyung looks into the camera, it doesn't feel like he's performing. Feels like he's talking to you. In this teaser, that look, that soft, aching gaze. It wasn't about perfection. It was about vulnerability. It's the same look he gave in Love Me Again. That same quiet ache in his eyes that says, "I've seen the world, but I still miss something." And maybe that's why we connect so deeply with him. Because he doesn't try to be perfect, he tries to be real. In a world of filters and fakeness, Taehyung reminds us what it means to feel human again. Narrator, gently, with warmth. Every time he steps on stage, it's not about choreography. It's about emotion. It's about telling a story without saying a word. And maybe this teaser is the beginning of his most emotional story yet. Purple Heart to be continued. Would you like me to continue with part 2, chapters 5 to 8? Army investigations plus the hidden symbolism plus emotional twist, right now? It'll keep the same emotional plus cinematic flow and move the story toward the reveal and motivational ending. Perfect Purple Heart. Let's continue with part 2 of your full YouTube storytelling script for Clapperboard Taehyung's mysterious comeback teaser. Fans think it's a solo album. This part deepens the mystery, the emotional connection, hidden clues, army theories, and the rising storm of excitement. The clues that broke the internet. When Taehyung drops something, even a single photo, army knows it's never just a photo. It's always a puzzle. And this time the puzzle felt bigger than ever. Fans began slowing the teaser down frame by frame, and that's when the first shock appeared. At exactly 0:07 seconds, a blurred reflection in the glass revealed a piano key, painted gold. And suddenly, fans remembered. In an old interview, Taehyung once said, "If I ever return with music, the piano will be my heartbeat." Was this his secret signal? Then came the second clue, the date. HYBE uploaded the teaser on October 20th, 2025. Army noticed that Layover was announced on August 8th. Both dates add up numerologically to 10. 10 Taehyung's lucky number. Coincidence? No way. Theories began to explode. Fans drew connections between the teaser's imagery and his past works. The blurred light, the calm water, the deep voice saying you. It all felt connected to a deeper message. Taehyung is coming back, but this time it's personal. Narrator, in an emotional whisper-like tone. Isn't that what we love about him? He doesn't scream his truth. He whispers it, and still the world listens. Every moment, every symbol, feels like a heartbeat hidden in plain sight. And that heartbeat is getting louder. The Army detective work. If you've ever underestimated Army's power, this is your reminder not to. Within hours, fans built entire digital folders, screenshots, audio waveforms, lyric guesses. Someone even extracted the teaser's audio file, reversed it, and discovered a soft humming underneath. When slowed down, that humming sounded like, "Remember me." Let that sink in. Fans flooded social media, their theories spinning faster than ever. One fan wrote, "Taehyung has always used silence as his art. Maybe this time, he's reminding us of the voice behind it." Others believed the teaser could connect to a second chapter of Layover, exploring the pain of what comes after love. You know, when the lights go off and the world moves on but your heart doesn't. That's the kind of emotion Taehyung captures. Not loud heartbreak but quiet ache. The kind that lingers when the song ends. Narrator, soft and emotional. Every artist leaves a trace behind. But Taehyung, he leaves a feeling. And that feeling stays with you long after the video fades to black. The hidden message. You. The title alone. You is hauntingly beautiful. Simple, but powerful. Who is you? Fans debated endlessly. Is it about someone from his past? Is it about Army? Or is it a letter to himself? Because maybe you isn't a person. Maybe it's the version of him that he lost somewhere between fame and the flashing lights. He once said in a live, "Sometimes I miss the Taehyung I used to be, the one who sang freely." So maybe this comeback isn't about impressing the world. Maybe it's about finding that lost self again. That's why the teaser feels raw. Doesn't shout, it breathes. Doesn't glitter, it glows. And when he says, you can almost feel him speaking to his reflection. Or maybe to us. Because Army has always been the mirror that reflects who he truly is. The emotional storm. Then came the wave. The emotional storm across the fandom. Fans started posting reaction videos. crying, shaking, smiling all at once. The teaser wasn't even a minute long, yet it felt like a lifetime. One fan wrote on X, "When Taehyung says one word, it feels like poetry. He makes silence sound like a song. That's the power of Kim Taehyung. He doesn't need flashy visuals or complex beats. He just needs a heartbeat, a gaze, and one word that hits right where it hurts the most." It's rare, to find an artist who can make millions of people cry with just a whisper. But that's what he's always done. From Sweet Night to Rainy Days, every note he sings feels like a memory. And now, it feels like the closing chapter of something we've all been feeling, but couldn't say out loud. Narrator, softly, with warmth. Taehyung has always had this quiet power. He doesn't chase attention, it follows him. Because authenticity is louder than any spotlight. And maybe that's why, no matter what this teaser truly means, whether it's a song, an album, or a letter, it's already touched millions of hearts. Because sometimes, music isn't about being heard. It's about being felt. Would you like me to continue with part 3, chapters 9 to 12, the big fan revelations, HYBE response, emotional twist, and motivational ending? Right now? That part will lead to the climax, where fans' theories meet truth and the story ends on a powerful, inspiring note for ARMY. Perfect Purple Heart. Here comes part 3, final part, of your long-form emotional YouTube storytelling script. Clapperboard, Taehyung's mysterious comeback teaser. Fans think it's a solo album. This is where the mystery deepens, emotions reach their peak, and the ending leaves viewers inspired and emotional. Exactly the kind of story that keeps audiences watching until the last second and subscribing after the outro. The loudest response. Days passed. And HYBE said nothing. No statements, no captions, no clarifications. Just silence. And that silence was deafening. Usually, when a teaser drops for a brand or collaboration, there's a follow-up. A tag, a link, a name. But this time, nothing. Second clip sitting alone on the internet, replayed millions of times, echoing like a secret. Fans began to wonder, was this silence a message in itself? Because HYBE knows how ARMY works. They know the fandom doesn't just scroll, they investigate. So maybe the company wanted us to look deeper. Maybe they wanted the conversation. And that's exactly what happened. Within 48 hours, Taehyung's teaser trended in over 60 countries. Fan edits took over TikTok. Reaction videos flooded YouTube. And that one word, you, became a symbol. A symbol of mystery, of love, of something that's coming soon. Narrator, calm but intense. Sometimes silence says more than any statement. Because silence lets the heart speak, and the world listens. And if you listen closely to this silence, it feels like Taehyung's voice is still there, whispering softly, "Wait for me." The hidden layers of Taehyung's art. To understand this teaser, you have to understand the man behind it. Kim Taehyung isn't just a singer. He's a painter who uses sound instead of color. Every note he releases is a brushstroke on the canvas of his soul. Think about Scenery. It wasn't a loud release. It was a soft confession. Winter Bear. A lullaby for a world that never sleeps. Layover. A diary of love and loneliness written in jazz. And now, You. This feels like his evolution. The boy who once dreamed of becoming a saxophonist. The man who now makes the world hold its breath with a single look. This teaser shows how far he's come. From chasing stars to becoming one. Art isn't about perfection. It's about reflection. And Taehyung reflects emotions we often hide. Nostalgia, longing, peace, chaos. All at once. He once said in an interview, "My songs are like mirrors. If you listen closely, you'll see yourself." Maybe that's why the teaser is called You. Because when we watch it, we don't just see him. We see us. Our emotions. Our memories. Our what-ifs. That's the beauty of Taehyung. He doesn't separate artist from audience. He connects them through feeling. The twist, a secret leak. And just when the internet thought the storm had calmed, something wild happened. A short audio clip began circulating on social media, supposedly leaked from a private listening session. Soft jazz melody, heartbeat rhythm, and a voice, unmistakably Taehyung's. It lasted only 12 seconds, but that was enough. Fans instantly noticed. The lyrics matched the teaser's title. You were my beginning and maybe my end. If it's real, then we're not just getting a song. We're getting a story, one about closure, reflection, and peace. Some insiders claimed that Taehyung has been working quietly on a concept album, inspired by memories of solitude during BTS's hiatus. An album that speaks to the journey of finding oneself again. If that's true, then You might not just be a teaser. It might be the first page of his next chapter. And isn't that what life is all about? Turning endings into beginnings. Turning silence into music. Turning pain into beauty. Because that's what Taehyung always does. He turns emotions into art. The message to ARMY. Whether or not You turns out to be a solo comeback, there's something undeniably beautiful about this moment. It reminded the entire fandom why we fell in love with BTS in the first place. Not just for the music but for the meaning behind it. When Taehyung stands alone, he doesn't just represent himself. He represents every quiet dreamer, every artist who feels misunderstood, every person who loves deeply but speaks softly. He reminds us that you don't need to be loud to be heard. You just need to be real. And that's why, no matter what happens next, ARMY will be waiting, not out of expectation, but out of love. Because when Kim Taehyung returns, the world doesn't just listen, it feels. So maybe the teaser wasn't meant to answer questions. Maybe it was meant to remind us of something simple. That music isn't about mystery. It's about connection. And somewhere behind that soft smile and quiet gaze, Taehyung knows. The world is watching, waiting, and loving him. Just the way he is. Purple Heart. Oh, tell me, ARMY, when you watched that teaser, what did you feel? Was it nostalgia, excitement, or did you feel that quiet tug at your heart, like someone whispering, I remember you? 'Cause maybe that's the point. Maybe You isn't just Taehyung's message to us. Maybe it's our message to him. If this video made you feel something, don't forget to hit subscribe. And let's keep this journey alive. Together just like we always have. Until next time. This is for every ARMY who believes that music is more than sound. It's a heartbeat, Purple Heart, that will help your video go viral and reach global ARMY audiences.